Hi everyone, thanks for dropping by my YouTube channel today where I'm doing final tests on Jeremy's Breckwell brand pellet stove controller. As you can see, this is an older analog version pellet stove controller, but this one is actually in very good condition. Jeremy sent it to me because he was having some problems when he plugged the stove into the power outlet. Things would start up. Put the off button in the off position, fans would run, the heater element would come on, and the auger would start driving. So there was something wrong there. After discussing it with Jeremy, we agreed that he could send it to me. I received it earlier today, did some troubleshooting work, made some repairs, and now I'm ready to do final tests on it before I package it up and return it to Jeremy. As you can see, his controller is connected to my tester. My tester, of course, is made up with a faceplate that holds the controller. There's also an auger motor right behind the faceplate. The shaft from the auger motor comes out the front, and I have a little X marks the spot type decal on the shaft. So you'll see the shaft decal spin whenever the controller is calling for the auger drive to spin. I also have 4 light bulbs at the rear. The very first one with no decal on it represents the igniter. The blue one simulates the combustion or firebox fan. The one with the yellow decal simulates the auger motor. And finally, at the far end, we have the red one, the convection or room fan simulator. Because of this controller, Jeremy's controller has the capability of starting the igniter. We'll see all 4 of these lights come on. So yes, for this controller today, we'll see the igniter come on. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me turn on the power to the controller, and let me turn the controller on. And when we do, we have a couple lights at the back, the combustion fan and the convection or room fan. Those come on because of the way I have my tester configured. A few things I can check right now is the convection or room fan. Of course, I can press a button here and go to high intensity. You see the light goes brighter, that means the fan would be running faster. So that's functional. The other thing I can do is rotate through the BCDE max switch positions. As I do that, notice the intensity of the light bulb increases and decreases, increases and decreases. As I tell everyone, for this type of controllers, position D, E, and max remain the same as far as the fan is concerned because they are hardwired together on the controller. Notice that they blink, but they do not change intensity. Intensity change now happens, so we're in a low position right now. The last thing I can do in manual mode is press the manual feed for the auger drive, and when I do, the auger drive comes on. You hear the auger motor in the back, and you can see the X marks the spot decal spinning. So that's very repeatable. So that's it for the manual tests. Now I'll go into automatic mode, and 3 things will happen here when I go into automatic mode. To go into automatic, I press on the auger button, and as I noted earlier, because this controller can start the igniter, when I release the auger button, we'll see the igniter light come on. I've pre-tested that, and it's on for about 8 minutes, so that's correct for this model of controller. The other thing that might happen is we'll see a short burst of the auger drive, so keep an eye out for that. So let's press it. We'll go into automatic mode. The green light up here came on. We saw the short burst of the auger, and when I release, we'll see the igniter come on. Release. There's the igniter. So as I said, that igniter will be on for approximately 7 minutes, after which time it'll shut itself off. That's a safety issue. And meanwhile, the stove continues to function normally. So with the igniter on, we should have preloaded a pellet load into the fire pit, and we see the auger do a quick drive there. The igniter will warm up the pellets that are in the fire pit. They'll start smoldering, they'll eventually ignite, and they'll catch on fire. As you may have noticed, we're getting short bursts of the auger drive happening and long off periods. So let's monitor that one more time. A short burst of the auger, there it is, a short burst. And when we do have an auger drive, the little light behind the faceplate here comes on. So that's all functional as well. So let's have another short burst of auger drive. There it is. And let me go through the positions B, C, D, E, and max. So now what we'll see is a shorter off time and a longer on time where it's driving more pellets into the fire pit. Notice that it's much longer now. That means more pellets would be driven into the fire pit, the fire would roar a little higher, and more heat would be driven into the room. So let's do another couple of cycles of the auger drive. One more. Keep an eye on here. You may not see it in the camera, but I can see it. There's a little LED behind the faceplate. It does come on this controller, so that is functioning correctly. One last cycle. There it is. So let me go back down to low. Let me turn this off. Jeremy, I want to thank you one more time for sending me your controller. It's once again fully functional. Thank you. And for all you viewers out there, if you have a pellet stove controller of your own, whether it's a Breckwell, Quadra-Fire, or USSC, and you have a service need for it, please feel free to contact me. You'll find a way to contact me in the video description just below this video. In the meantime, I hope you'll take a few seconds to give this video a thumbs up and to subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate that very much. Thanks everyone. Bye-bye.